Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat petang kepada rakan-rakan media. Berdiri bersama saya adalah Datuk Dr. Rohaizat, Dr. Hisham Shah dan Dr. Noor Rusli. Dan saya mulakan dengan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia ingin memaklumkan bahawa terdapat 236 kes yang telah pulih dan dibenarkan discharge pada hari ini. Ini menjadikan jumlah kumulatif kes yang telah pulih sepenuhnya dari jangkitan Covid-19 dan telah discharge daripada ward adalah sebanyak 1,241 kes, iaitu bersamaan dengan 32.72% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes. Ini adalah jumlah kes discharge harian yang tertinggi setakat ini. Sehingga 6 April 2020 jam 12 tengah hari, terdapat 131 kes yang baru dilaporkan. Ini menjadikan jumlah kes positif COVID-19 di Malaysia adalah sebanyak 3,793 kes. Sehingga kini seramai 102 kes positif COVID-19 sedang dirawat di unit rawatan rapi. Daripada jumlah tersebut, 54 kes memerlukan bantuan pernafasan. Daripada maklumat terkini yang dilaporkan ke CPRC Kebangsaan, duka cita dimaklumkan bahawa terdapat pertambahan 1 kes kematian berkaitan dengan COVID-19. Justru jumlah kumulatif kes kematian COVID-19 di Malaysia adalah sebanyak 62 kes bersamaan dengan 1.63% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes. Kes kematian ke-62 iaitu kes 3,663 merupakan lelaki warga negara Malaysia berumur 67 tahun dan mempunyai latar belakang penyakit kencing manis dan darah tinggi. Beliau mempunyai sejarah kontak rapat dengan beberapa kes indeks yang positif COVID-19 daripada Perhimpunan Distri Petaling, iaitu kes 1,265, kes 1,266, kes 1,267, kes 1,404 dan kes 2,549. Beliau telah dirawat di Hospital Sultanah Nur Zahirah Terengganu pada 29 Mac 2020 dan disahkan meninggal dunia pada 5 April 2020 jam 10.22 pagi. Kementerian Kesihatan mengucapkan takziah kepada ahli keluarga tersebut. Seperti dimaklumkan oleh Kementerian Kesihatan sebelum ini, perhimpunan besar-besaran sememangnya memberi impak secara mendadak dalam peningkatan kes COVID-19 di Malaysia. Hasil siasatan terhadap beberapa kes dan kluster COVID-19 di Malaysia, Kementerian Kesihatan ingin memaklumkan mengenai 2 kluster COVID-19 yang didapati berkait rapat dengan perhimpunan besar-besaran. Yang pertama ialah persidangan keagamaan di gereja selama 3 hari yang telah berlangsung di Kuching, Sarawak. Setakat ini seramai 83 orang telah disahkan positif COVID-19 daripada kluster ini, di mana terdapat 2 kes kematian iaitu kes 358 dan kes 2,471. 5 kes kritikal dirawat di unit rawatan rapi ICU, 50 kes sedang dirawat di hospital, 25 kes bawah pemerhatian di pusat kuarantin dan 1 kes discharge yang telah pulih sepenuhnya. Yang kedua, majlis perkahwinan di Bandar Baru Bangi, Selangor, di mana ianya merupakan satu kluster jangkitan virus COVID-19 yang kemudian dia telah membentuk jangkitan sehingga generasi kelima. Sehingga 6 April 2020, 88 kes telah disahkan positif COVID-19 daripada kluster ini, termasuk 1 kes dirawat di unit rawatan rapi ICU dan setakat ini tiada kes kematian dilaporkan berkaitan dengan kluster ini. Kedua-dua kluster ini melibatkan jangkitan COVID-19 sehingga generasi kelima. Susulan daripada itu, tindakan pelaksanaan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan mulai 18 Mac 2020 adalah bertepatan sekali bagi memutuskan rangkaian penularan virus COVID-19 di kalangan masyarakat. Walau bagaimanapun, setiap individu perlu memainkan peranan masing-masing untuk membantu kerajaan dalam memastikan usaha mengekang penularan jangkitan COVID-19 ini berjaya. Masyarakat juga diseru untuk mengelakkan daripada mempersalahkan atau mendiskriminasikan mana-mana pesakit ataupun kumpulan yang dikaitkan dengan kluster jangkitan COVID-19. Janganlah kita stigmakan mereka. Apa yang penting adalah kita membantu, mengesan, menguji, mengasing dan merawat jangkitan COVID-19 di kalangan mereka yang terlibat dan juga keluarga mereka dan kontak rapat mereka. Sekian, terima kasih. Kalau ada apa-apa soalan, silakan. Jadi memang betul ada pendaratan pelarian daripada Rohingya dan kita telah pun asingkan mereka dan kita akan menjalankan dan sedang menjalankan pengesanan dan juga ujian saringan kepada mereka. Jadi kita asingkan mereka dan kita saringkan mereka. I can't hear you. No, not yet. We are trying our best. At the moment, our capacity is about 11,500, but we are still waiting for our labs to increase the capacity. We think that we can increase until 11,500 at least to date. But more importantly, we are exploring new test kit. For example, the rapid test kit. There are a few companies providing us the test kit, and then we are doing the verification in IMR, and hopefully this week or so we can able to verify the test kit. But more importantly, we are also increasing our capacity. For example, in terms of the testing of the test kit, we are using a pool testing now. In terms of, instead of one patient, five samples instead of one sample, 5 samples straight. So we hope that we can increase our efficiency in terms of the testing. And also this week, BGI, so we are installing the BGI in terms of automated testing as well. So we hope that with the automated device that we can improve our PCR testing within this week or so. So all in all, we are trying to increase the target of testing to 16,500. This is RT-PCR. But if we can verify any rapid test kit sensitivity of more than 75% to 80%, then we will certainly consider that to be used at point of care. That means in the clinic or even in the hospital. That means that you do not need to send the sample to the labs, the respective lab, and then we can actually detect more patients. Our strategy now is basically to look into mass testing, but mass testing towards the high-risk group, mainly the targeted population. That means targeted population, what do I mean by targeted population? Basically, we look into those who have a public gathering, for example, the Perhimpunan Sri Petaling or the Tafiz School, or those who have returned from overseas, the returnees, for example, if they have a cluster, then we'll probably screen them. So these are some of the high-risk group that we identified, and these are our priority. Target, first we try to achieve 16,500. That's our target for all our 43 labs, public and private. So together, we work together as a team and then to increase to 16,500. Then with the rapid test kit, we are looking forward for the rapid test kit. So if we do have a reliable, accurate rapid test kit, then we hope that to increase to more than 20,000. It's possible. Once we can do 20,000 a day, for example, certainly in the next 5 days we can actually detect 100,000. But 100,000, instead of looking into mass in the public, we are looking into the focus group, so the high-risk group. So we're targeting the high-risk group first, because we realize that even within our population, certainly if we to maximize or optimize our resources, the limited resources that we have, it's best that we target the high-risk group across the country.
Datuk, like South Korea, we have like they are testing 8,500 people per million. Ours is 1,600.
Yeah.
So do we have like a benchmark? How much you think we want to improve to?
Yeah, the most important is that the indicators for us to test. If you, as I mentioned yesterday as well, if you look in the WHO indication, the benchmark, if you detect many patients positive, that means there are many more out there not being tested. So the benchmark is that every 10 negative, there's one positive, which means it's about 10%. So our testing, if you look into our total testing, is about 7 to 9%, minus the pending probably is 9%. So we within the range of WHO of 10%. That shows that we are picking up the cases. But more importantly is to target the patients or the high-risk group, which means across the country, if we can target the high-risk group, and we are working closely with the PDRM, and they are helping us to localize, trace them and track them, and once we are able to trace and track them, bring them to the hospital, we will test them. If they are positive, we will isolate them and treat them. If they are negative, we will basically put them on close self-quarantine.
Datuk, from the arrivals up to date, how many have you tested? And any of them are positive?
So from the
follow-up, Indonesia, people are worried that it's going to be like a time bomb. So what sort of measures do we have in place? I mean, during the MCO and going forward as well?
So I'll answer the second question first. So we have worked with Angkatan Tentera Malaysia, and we have brought this issue up last week when we discussed in MKN meeting that we need to strengthen our border, make sure that in terms of our pintu masuk utama, for example, our airports, our our border as well. We make sure that the Angkatan Tentera has promised us that all the entry points already been strengthened. So that's what we have been doing for the last 1 week. But more importantly, those coming back from overseas, we have isolated them in that sense that we have quarantined them from the 3rd of April. In the past, we allowed them to be quarantined at home, but now we put them in our center as well as in a hotel.
How many of them have been tested so far?
So far, in the KLIA, 18 of them have symptoms in terms of fever and etc. So we have tested them and then isolate them and put them in the hospital. And total for the last 3 days is about 25,020 passengers returnees, Malaysian returnees. So about 25,000. So we have placed them, some of them in the hotel, some of them in our quarantine centers.
Earlier you spoke about clusters. How many clusters do we have, and are there any new clusters?
We are talking about the big clusters. There are small clusters. The biggest cluster is the Jemaah Tabligh group at Seri Petaling. That consists of 42.8%. Then followed by the cluster from Kuching, as well as the cluster from Majlis Perkahwinan in Bangi.
Any new ones?
Small cluster. So we also have a small cluster in our hospital Tolu Intan, for example. Small cluster, about 44 of our staff been affected. So they've been treated, and then we have actually cleaned up the place. But they're small cluster. So we hope that we have enough time, been informed early, enough time to take action, and then we go for the cluster. So otherwise, you can see 5 generation, the infection from index case to 5th generation. So and cases more than about 88 or even 100 cases can be recorded from just one source of infection.
Has there been any new clusters since the MCO?
So far, we do not have new clusters, but nonetheless, we also have enhanced MCO in 3 areas, and in that 3 areas, we are doing active case detection, and to enhance, meaning our team and the police, we make sure that the high-risk group as well as those suspected in that community being tested. In Keluang, for example, jumlah penduduk 3,755 and jumlah kes positif 170 kes, which means there's an increase of 23 cases as compared to yesterday, only 147 case. And in terms of pecahan ikut mukim, Ulu Benut 147, Keluang 18, Macap 4, Nyo 1. Dan Hulu Langat, jumlah penduduk ialah 1,797 kes dan jumlah kes positif di Hulu Langat ialah 339, pertambahan sebanyak 11 kes. So when we do the active case detection, we manage to find new cases. So we manage to trace the new cases, we test them, isolate from the community, and we give them the appropriate treatment.
Datuk, the cluster in Kuching you mentioned just now is the one, the church gathering, right? How about the cluster Italy, the one that you mentioned yesterday, 27 people? Is there any new cases detected from that cluster?
There's also one cluster in Kuching. That's why you see Kuching's incidence a bit higher than other states, is because of these two main clusters. So what's more important, we managed to detect and isolate the positive cases, and also those negative, we quarantine them for 14 days, and hopefully there's no new infection so far. So hopefully we hope that those managed in ICU or even in our ward will recover in time. There was a delay before, but now because of a new 14 labs now, we have a new 14 labs from the university. We hope that we can share the workload and then clear up the pending cases. So, and also the other factor is because when pending cases, the report is 12 noon, because every day 12 noon, that's the report. So if you have your test done that day, for example, at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, so definitely the result will be pending, so it will carry forward. So, and sometimes it's not 24 hours, it's more than 48 hours. So that's the reason why the accumulation of the 8,000 pending cases. But if what we should do is to find a test that is a short turnaround time. Probably you can diagnose within 30 minutes or 1 hour. That's number one. Second, in terms of transport, point of care testing, rather than sending a specimen, because you take time to send the specimen to the lab. So that is 2. 3 is that we can increase the capacity of our lab. This is what we are doing in terms of single sample. Now we have a pool, 5 samples, and then straight away we do it. So that is again adjustment that we have to make to optimize our lab. So the most important and crucial at the moment is to enhance our lab services. We have increased the volume in terms of we started with only 23 labs, but now we have 43, and 5 more labs are coming. So we're in the process of procurement, and we hope that in the next week we can actually increase the lab capacity. New lab probably in Tawau, Sandakan, and Miri, and a few labs from the university as well. So if we can increase the number of labs, it's important. Second is the capacity. Sometimes we have the lab, but we have not pushed the capacity up. For example, for the last few days, it was actually just teething problems, and then try to look into how we can start the lab going in the university. So with about 14 labs, we only did about 380 labs test sample. So that's just a beginning for them to warm up before they can actually increase the capacity to maybe 200 a day. So if 14 labs is 200 a day, then probably we are looking at 2,800 tests available. So I think that capacity-wise, we need to share across public and private, and also the university working together as one. Yeah, so 43 labs I mentioned. We have 14 labs in the hospital. There is additional new labs were in Cebu as well as in Hospital Queen Elizabeth. So we have 14 labs. IMR 1, and then we have MKAK, Makmal Kesihatan Awam, 5. So all in all 20. We have 7 private labs. Then we have 1 Angkatan Tentera, 1 Malaysian Genome Institute, and then we have 14 from the university, IPTA and IPTS, total of 43. Capacity, as I said, if we can push the capacity, we can achieve at least 16,000. But 16,000 is still not enough. We need to look into rapid test kit, antigen rapid test kit, not the antibody test kit.
Datuk, can you elaborate a little bit more on the cluster in Kuching, the church? How many participants were there and how many close contacts are you searching right now?
You can see the slides now, so it shows you clearly in terms of, we can give you the slides, the participants, the cases, the dark color is those fatality. We have 2 death, and then followed by 1 discharge, the green, and red is the ICU, and then the yellow is the isolation and all.
Is the 83 the total number who attended the gathering?
Attended the gathering, that's right. So the total number as shown here is 83.
And for these 2 clusters, have you managed to contain them?
We have managed to contain them.
You don't expect?
We don't expect to see new cases from these 2 clusters.
Datuk, adakah kes yang tak dapat dikesan dengan mana-mana kluster? Like no draft history on how that is confirmed and you
Ada, sebab yang kes pertama yang kita kesan sebab kita laksanakan pengesanan berjadual untuk setiap hari, iaitu untuk kes ID dengan kes sehari, yang mana yang demam biasa kita datang ke klinik kita akan ambil test untuk COVID, dan juga mereka yang ada severe acute respiratory infection yang belum disahkan COVID, kita juga akan ambil test untuk COVID. Pada mula dia memang tak ada kes, tak ada dalam community. Masa tu kita dalam containment phase, early containment phase. Tetapi yang kes yang pertama yang kita kesan di Kuantan, iaitu ialah kes sehari. Berarti kita tak ada sejarah, terus dia ada penyakit sehari dan kita rawat di ICU dan kita test dan positif COVID. Dan itu kes sporadik yang pertama. Tetapi apabila kita lihat sejarah dia ada hadir ke masjid persidangan ataupun perhimpunan di Seri Petaling. Dan jadi sekarang ni kita lihat kes sehari pun dah positif dan kes ID pun dah positif. Jadi berarti virus COVID ini sudah ada dalam komuniti kita. Bukan kat luar negara saja, dah sampai kat komuniti kita. Itu sebab kita galakkan semua orang duduk di rumah. Jadi kalau kita duduk di rumah, kita akan putuskan rantaian jangkitan daripada seorang ke seorang. Jadi sekurang-kurangnya kita akan kurangkan. Dan dalam matlamat kita dalam PKP ini bukan untuk menamatkan ataupun menamatkan penjangkitan kuman COVID ni, tetapi matlamat utama ialah mengurangkan kes jangkitan. Jadi kalau kita duduk di rumah, kita dapat mengurangkan kes, bukan menamatkan penularan virus COVID, tetapi mengurangkan kes. Jadi kalau kita dapat mengurangkan kes, jadi kita tak dapat lihat in terms of the exponential spike, dan kes yang mendadak tu tak meningkat. Kalau kes mendadak tak meningkat, maksudnya hospital kita, klinik kita dapat berkemampuan untuk memberi rawatan terbaik. Tetapi kalau bayangkan, kalau kita ada satu hari kita ada 2,000 kemasukan ward, berarti kemampuan kita di hospital dan juga rawatan rapi mungkin tak cukup. Jadi kita bila tak cukup, pesakit akan tidak diberikan rawatan yang terbaik.
Datuk, there's a concern that if we keep sending MCO violators to the prison, then more will get infected. So are we still doing this and also have the inmates being tested? Is there any positive cases?
Yeah, we did discuss about this. We test the inmates as well, but more importantly, the guidelines from Ministry of Health is that when we put them in prison, they have to be isolated. Basically, there is actually social distancing and have to follow in terms of hand washing and etc. So all the precautionary measures must be taken and maintain a good personal hygiene. Yeah, so when we look in Kuala Lumpur, it's a bit different from you when you look into Rembau ataupun you look into other Simpang Renggam or even Sungai Lui because of the density of the population. So what we are trying to do is to work with IT, police and etc. to look into how can we zoom down into one area, for example, Masjid India, that area. So we know the block there's actually increased cases there. For example, today in Masjid India, That is Menara Plaza City 1. Jumlah disaring in that condominium itself is 1,893 dan jumlah kes positif adalah 24 kes. So then we are looking at focused approach rather than the whole Petaling, for example. So we try to look into the hotspot area, really hotspot area, and it can be located maybe in one small area, like a condominium or even a market, etc. So enhanced MCO, it is only to help the Ministry of Health to active case detection, for us to go down to the field to do active case detection. That's where the police and all that to enhance us. But we are now looking into the possibility of empowering our community. Mainly, for example, if there's a jawatan kuasa looking after them and the condominium, make sure they have been empowered to safeguard their area. Likewise, as I mentioned much earlier, orang asli as well as the longhouses, they already implemented this in terms of make sure that the high risk group is not being allowed to come to their community. So if you can do that, that means you're protecting your green area. So your green area, this is important for us. So to look at the cases that have been detected in the green area. So I hope that this is another empowerment, community empowerment. You take care of your home, you take care of your community. If that's the case, then probably we can review back how we can implement this MCO. But more importantly, MCO is to help us to reduce the cases. This is why we need to work with other ministries. Never seen before in history that we implement Act 342, as well as working together very closely, private sector, public sector, and as well as inter-ministry. So every day we have a meeting, inter-ministry meeting, to see how best each ministry can complement every one goal, that is to reduce the infection in the community.
Datuk, will you update on the Petaling cluster? How many have screened so far? How many positive, negative, latest?
Okay, Petaling cluster, we do have it here. So far, we have taken sample of 18,310 and positive cases 1,624, negative 11,708, pending cases about 4,978, and those admitted to the ward is 1,640. Total case positive 1,624.
Datuk, baru-baru ni ada tular di social media beberapa individu mendakwa dapat bekalan topeng daripada yang kondonya diambil dari hospital dan sebagainya, termasuk ada yang menjual. So apa nasihat Datuk?
Ya, pesanan kita kalau kita bagi topeng ataupun sanitizer di hospital ialah kegunaan ramai, bukan hanya untuk seorang. Jadi kalau mereka yang mengambil topeng ataupun sanitizer di hospital untuk kegunaan mereka sendiri, saya rasa dia kena fikirlah, bukan dia seorang yang kena pakai, tapi fikir untuk orang ramai juga. Jadi saya nasihatkan mereka jangan dah ambil sanitizer kita, jangan dah ambil glove kita ataupun topeng mask kita di hospital lah. Kegunaan tu penting untuk barisan hadapan. Jadi yang utamanya adalah untuk mereka yang di barisan hadapan, ya. Kita ada perkembangan dari segi sekarang ni kita dapatkan fresh frozen plasma dan kita lihat dari segi kuantiti dia. Jadi mungkin kuantiti tu, kepekatan tu mungkin kita tak dapat yang antibody yang pekat untuk kita bagi kat pesakit. Tetapi proses tu kita boleh ulangkan proses tersebut. Jadi hari ni contohnya 2 minggu kita bagi, 2 minggu lagi kita bagi contohnya lah. Tapi darah merah kita pulangkan pada pesakit. Jadi proses tu. Jadi ada beberapa kes yang telah tampil ke depan yang rela untuk menyumbang kepada sains dan juga membantu pesakit-pesakit yang lain. So dengan menderma darah ialah satu usaha yang baik, yang murni, yang kita kena contohi, dan mereka telah tampil ke depan untuk menderma dan kita ucapkan terima kasih kepada pesakit tersebut yang menderma darah kepada kita. Pulau Pinang kilang ada, perbincangan dia hanya kilang tu dia hanya manufacture ataupun dalam pembuatan device saja, tetapi reagent tu tak ada. Jadi kita kena cari reagent juga. Reagent tu katanya daripada Taiwan dan peralatan tu dibuat di Pulau Pinang. Jadi kita kena gabungkan peralatan dan reagent. Tengah kita usahakan untuk dapatkan kedua-dua. Tempat IP tu dipunyai oleh kepunyaan satu syarikat. Jadi kita harap syarikat tersebut membenarkan kita menggunakan peralatan tersebut bersama dengan reagent.
Datuk, lately banyak kes yang involving animals, a cat, a tiger. So what should pet owners do now? And is KKM going to screen the animals at zoo also?
So it's a very important question, and then this is the thing that because coronavirus, we know that a virus basically is a protein, and then they are commonly found, coronavirus commonly found in animals. Only 7 of these coronavirus has actually infect the human. So among the coronavirus that we know is SARS, MERS-CoV, Middle East Respiratory Coronavirus, right, MERS-CoV, and now is this is COVID-19. So what is important is that basically we are telling our people that try to avoid close contact with animals. So because there's a possibility when we have a close contact with animals, if the animals is infected with a virus, and that virus can actually infect a human, for example, coronavirus. So that is something that we need to take precaution. Make sure we have to take all the necessary precaution to protect ourselves and maintain a good personal hygiene. Otherwise, we can become the victim as well.
Does this mean that animals that have contact, like let's say their owners are positive COVID, does it mean that animals have to be put down or what?
You have to bring the animal to the veterinarian and then probably let the veterinary doctors look into it and then do the needful for the animal. Okay, thank you. Thank you.